Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the other videos? The paid requests. It's time for Ben. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, video game playthroughs, rankings, commentaries. I already said that. PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So this is for Crying Freeman from 1995. Pause at the beginning. 3, 2, 1. Pressing play. Thanks once again, Ben. I haven't seen this in a long time, so I don't know how in-depth of a commentary this will be. I do remember liking the film. I've probably only seen this film 2 or 3 times at most. Yeah, probably about 2 or 3 times. And it's been a while since I've seen this, so I'm not going to sit here and say I have this committed to memory or anything. Never knew of the source material this was based on. But Christophe Gans directed this. Which I know he also directed Brotherhood of the Wolf, which also had Mark Dacascos in it. But I'm not a fan of that movie. I wish Mark was the lead in that, and his character was the lead. I think I would have liked it more. Because I liked him more than the lead guy. And I don't like what they did with Mark Dacascos' character. Like I said, if you think the one guy was going to be the lead, but then Mark surprisingly becomes the lead, and you think it's the sidekick, but he becomes the lead, and then he goes forward with the thrust of the story, I probably would have liked it more. Julie Condor, the name we saw, would later become Mark Dacascos' wife. Ray Don Chan, that name, of course, from Commando. Byron Mann, who played Ryu in the 1994 Jean-Claude Van Damme film Street Fighter. And yet Christophe Gans, of course, he would later direct Silent Hill, the 2006 movie. I think it was 2006. And apparently he's trying to make another Silent Hill movie. I'm like, if you want him as a cinematographer for the look of the film, fine. But Mako, may he rest in peace. He was the voice of Splinter in the 2007 Ninja Turtle CGI movie. That was the last movie he did. He was also Conan's sidekick in Conan the Barbarian. Well, not sidekick, the magician character in Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. He was in The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speedman. He was in a lot of stuff. And the name Tchéky, he was the bad guy in Bad Boys, the 1995 film. I think the same year that this came out, Bad Boys. He was also the bad guy in Jet Li's Kiss of the Dragon, my favorite Jet Li film. Yeah, Patrick O'Hearn liked the score he did for this. Very fitting. Crying Freeman, this assassin we have here. Comic books, there you go. Never read the comics. Yeah, but this film didn't really get much of a release in the US. It was more so overseas. And Mark Dacascos, I mean, he's a good actor, good martial artist. Sadly, his career never really flourished. Because early on, he was doing films like he was in, Kickboxer 5, among other movies. And he did Only the Strong. And Only the Strong seemed like it would be the breakout hit for him. From what I heard of the story was, I think Sheldon Lettich, who directed Only the Strong, told the story. Mark Dacascos was supposed to do the rounds for the marketing, do interviews, promote the movie. But by that point, his agent had gotten him another movie called Double Dragon, so he was busy doing that. So because Mark Dacascos was not around to do the marketing, maybe the studio took umbrage with that and thought that was part of the reason why the film bombed and why the film flopped. And if the studio felt that way, then maybe word got around and he said, yeah, don't hire this guy. And then Double Dragon didn't do well, so I just, that 1-2 punch, well, this guy's not a box office commodity. He's not, the audience isn't ready for him. So the films that really brought him prominence, I would say, is Drive. And that's more of a cult film, which I love Drive. That's my favorite Mark Dacascos movie. With him and Dean Martison. Got the MVD Blu-ray on there. Love Drive. Fantastic movie. Easily my favorite. And then this, like I say, they didn't need much of a US release, but I know this has a cult following. But I always enjoyed Mark Dacascos. I always thought he had the right star quality. He had the look for it. Presence. He's got the martial arts ability. Seems like a very nice guy. I know Fabio, the Italian 751 Fabio, met him at convention, said Mark was a gentleman, very kind, very nice. Ooh, right in the neck. A little bit over the top theatrics, but it makes sense based on our comic book. Bit of that, maybe a little bit of anime, a little bit of John Woo flavor to it. Pretty much Mark's character is forced to do these jobs. And I think the gimmick is that each time he does it, he has a tear come down, hence crying Freeman. And there's Julie Condra, the soon-to-be wife of Mark Dacascos. I think they're still married to this day. So, which is very cool. That's a nice, sweet bit of business. There's his tear. And you look at him, he's a really, he seems like a guy that should have and could have been a major star. That's an interesting idea, to have a grenade on the handgun to blow it up to hide the evidence. An interesting idea there. But yeah, after Double Dragon, I said Drive. He did, Double Dragon was 94. This was 95. He did other films. He did Sabotage. That's coming out on by MVD. I don't know if I'll pick that up because I don't know if I have that film. It does have some features on it. My name is Yo Joe. My name is Yo baby, yo. But yeah, the Sabotage might have been maybe 96 or so. This Drive was around 97. Because it came out before Rush Hour, which was 98. That's an interesting choice. The champagne represent the tears that falls. Bit of that artistic style that Christophe Gans gives it. Vancouver, BC. Which is refreshing to actually have it take place in Canada, because so many of these films, they say they're American movies, but they're filmed in Canada because it's so much cheaper to shoot in Canada. So it's like, yeah, no, let's just say it takes place in Vancouver, Canada. We're going to shoot there. Why lie about it? Just that way we don't have to try to hide it. We just commit to it. Yes, it's Vancouver. Make things a lot easier for production. Oh, we gotta do this to make it think it's it's like Rumble in the Bronx. It's supposed to be New York, but there's mountains in the background because it was not shot in New York, or at least not the whole movie. Parts of it was shot in, I think, Canada. Thus, the mountains and stuff. clay. I think Mark Dacascos, he does a good job here because he's got to explain why this clay is coming by. So instead of being suspicious, he's knowledgeable, he's calm. It helps that he's good looking, so I bet this girl's like, oh, that's a hot guy. Probably checked out his ass when he went by. I saw her eyes do this. Probably checked out his ass. But, to be calm, to be cool, to be collected, and thus to get through customs easily. And what a way to hide your guns. Hide your guns, hide your friends, hide your family. This Byron Man in the passenger seat up front. Which he's done a lot of stuff. He was in one of the Steven Seagal. I think it was two Steven Seagal films he was in. You ain't going anywhere, son. You ain't going to. You're going to do your job. That's where you're going. Never been to Canada though. Never been to Canada. I mean, I wouldn't mind to one day, but I'd rather have it be like on a trip with people who knew what they were doing, where to go. There's Ray Dawn Chon. Yeah, I would say Commando's probably the film people remember him the most from, heard the most from. And there's Mako. Rest in peace to him again. They said done a lot of movies before he passed away. There's Tchéky. Yeah, he was the bad guy in Bad Boys. He was also in The Core as Aaron Eckhart's buddy, which I like The Core. No, a lot of people don't, but I do. It's silly, but I think it's a fun popcorn movie. But I was going back to Mark Dacascos. It's sad that after Drive, I mean, he did a number of films. Most of them I don't think were that good. It's not really Mark's fault. It's just he didn't have the budgets or he didn't have the directors. Like Christophe Gans, even though I'm not big on Brother of the Wolf, I could tell there's some talent in the direction there. I'm not a big on the Silent Hill movie, but the look and direction of the film is not the problem with that. It's the script. It's how it deviates from the source material. Being a big fan of it, that's what rubs me the wrong way. But it's a good looking movie. And Steve Wayne, who did Drive, he had a low budget and he directed the hell out of the movie with the energy he put into it. But he didn't have those directors in the other films. I mean, people go, well, what about what's his name? Tibor Takas, who did The Gate. Well, I mean, I like The Gate, but I think The Gate's really the only film Tibor Takas did that was worth this bit, it seems like. Because it seems as if all other films that guy did was not up to stuff, so it makes you wonder if that was more of the creativity of the writing with all these different, and the effects guys who created all those creatures. It was more maybe their. Actually, did Tibor talk about Rid in that film too? I can't remember. I forgot they dubbed Chetty Terry on this. I don't know why they dubbed him. Yeah, why? That'd be a question. Why did they dub Chetty Terrio? It's not that he can't do. I mean, he did a good job in Bad Boys and Kiss of the Dragon. Because I know what he sounds like, this is such a awkward. It's so awkward to listen to him because that's not his voice. And once you know, it's like so, just a dumb dubbing job that wasn't needed. And try to make his voice gruff, very gruff like this. And and why they, I don't know. So stupid. Like I said, stupid that they made dubbed that guy. Okay, Michael Nankin wrote the date. So, because at T were taught this. I mean, on a quick note, the day 2, I'm not a fan of. Red Line, Ice Spiders, Mega Snake, New York City. I think he did another film with. I swear he did another film. Oh yeah, he did Sabotage with Mark Dacascos, which isn't bad. We had a little bit of an action scene, but this is sort of the first like big one. Definitely some nice style to this sequence here. Definitely some John Woo explosive. Not was explosive nod to John Woo easily. Has to be. Now see if you just somehow got in the bazooka to just shoot and blow the whole place up. There you go. And the Freeman you clean up. That's pretty good. 2 shots, blow up a car. I don't know if that works in real life, but it did in this movie. Nice bit of camera work, moving the camera there. Panning around. And there's the Freeman. Obviously, these people can't aim for shit. They shot like 2-3 times and didn't hit him at all. Damn, nobody can. Yeah, it's always the bad guys can never aim. Well, not always, but most of the time the bad guys can aim. They're like stormtroopers, and the good guys can aim perfectly. These are that good. Look at that, nice blood squibs. Back in the day when this was common, they had blood squibs, these little explosive, to simulate gunshots. Doesn't want to kill them, so just the kneecaps on them. A little bit of posing with the gun. Maybe not. Nice jump there. Wonder if he jumped off a trampoline for that shot. You know, just jump on a trampoline to get that height. And just have the camera above high enough so you don't see the trampoline. Well, Mako's dead. It's been a while since I've seen the film. I forgot he died so early. See, one thing I remember about the film is that, liking the opening's a nice way to start it. The finale, the ending, being very action-packed. But the middle of the movie, I remember being a bit slow. But I say I still remember liking the film. Is a yo who? Yo me? Or yo you? Yeah, looking at Mark Dacascos' filmography, he was in a film as a fire, but it was a deleted scene. So dim sum. He was a driver in Angel Town who Oliver Gruner beats up, which I like Angel Town. American Samurai I don't mind with David Bradley. Mark Dacascos plays the bad guy. Then 93, Only the Strong. That was Sheldon Lettish directed, who did Lionheart and what was the movie? Double Impact with Van Damme. Sadly, was a big bomb. Then there was word that, well, because the next year was Double Dragon. People go, well, yeah, his agent got him right into Double Dragon. Probably think it would be this big movie because, hey, based on a video game, popular video game, potential franchise, but yeah, it was just a complete bomb. Didn't help that he had a first-time director. Oh, and then after that he did Kickboxer 5 and then Crying Freeman. Oh yeah, 96 he was in Island Dr. Moreau. I keep forgetting that because that's a character that seems like it would be a much bigger part, but really isn't. Maybe in the original version, the Richard Stanley one, maybe it would have been a bigger part, but not the one that came out. Then you had Sabotage, which in MVD is releasing. I don't know. I want to get that, but again, money's a bit tight with me because of the damn water heater, $1,000. But I don't know. I'll think about it. Wing Commander 4. I forgot he was in that interactive film. The video game. But they call it interactive film. That's funny, even though it's a video game. 97 Drive. DNA. That's right. I like DNA. It's not perfect, but it's a low budget rip-off of Predator. But I mean, it's Mark Dacascos in a creature feature like Predator. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. It's far from perfect, but I don't mind that film. I think the effects were done by KMB. Kurtzman Nicotero, Great Nicotero, and Howard Berger. Sanctuary, I think that was the Tibor Tatis one he did, and that one I thought was forgettable. Same with Deathline, with him and Rutger Hauer. Meh. No Kota Kunda, he was second fiddle to Charlie Sheen, he didn't have much to do. The Base was disappointing because that's Mark L. Lester who did Commando, and I just thought it would be a lot better. China Straight Force. Mark Sally doesn't have much to do in that movie. Brother of the Wolf, like I mentioned that. Instinct to Kill. It was more Mark Dacascos training this girl how to protect herself because she's trying to get from an abusive boyfriend. It's Tadim Morrison. They were both in Drive, but they don't really share much screen together. Just Tadim's like a cop, and then again, Mark Dacascos is this guy who trains this girl, and it's up to the girl to save the day at the end. Scorcher, that's one of those films that uses a lot of footage from other movies. Has Rutger Hauer, John Rhys Davies from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, it uses, I think, footage from like Daylight, I think, and some other movies I know. Trail to the Grave, I saw in the theater. I enjoy it for what it is, but there are issues with it. I know Mark was not happy with the fight he has with Jet Li because they cut it up to shreds. And I know he was not happy about it. I don't blame him. Hunt for Ito 1, I've heard of. I don't remember much about that or its sequel. I'll get back to the film in just a minute. Conan the Cleaner, I forgot he was in that. Was Cedric the Entertainer, I forgot he was that. Wasn't a big part. I'm a Mater, that's one I do enjoy. It's probably the only Asylum film I enjoy. Does Mark gets to beat the crap out of zombies with nunchucks. Granted, I wish it was more, but... Mark Dacascos versus zombies? Gun-ho for that. Yeah, movies is just like, what? Roger Corman's Operation Rogue? The Lost Medallion, The Adventures of Billy Stone. So that's a kid's film. Which he probably has a bit part in it. Shadows in Paradise. With Armand Assante and Tom Sizemore? Okay. Showdown in Manila, that was really disappointing. Just Mark directed that. I think that's Alexander Nevsky. I think he has something where he like is able to get all these movies done, down and dirty, gets all these people involved, and but then they're all just shit. John Wick 3, I liked him as Zero, the villain. Oh, he's actually a voice in Batman Soul of the Dragon. I've never seen that one. That's Richard Dragon. No. Sorry, I'll get back to this one second. I'm curious about this. Richard Dragon. Okay, it's one of 5 students training in the martial arts. Mark Dacascos, Tilly Hugh, Michael Jai White, James Hahn. Okay, yeah, I've never seen that one. Blade of the 47 Ronin. Oh, the sequel to 47 Ronin that no one saw. Knights of the Zodiac. God, that's awful. It's like a crappy Power Rangers ripoff. Or whatever the hell. Of course, the Crow Stereo to Heaven he was in for 22 episodes. Solar Attack. TV movie with him and Louis Gossett Jr. Or there's another movie I think they used footage from other... Or that was a cheap film. I would just say it was a cheap as hell film. Now back to this film. Yeah, the film was not released in the US until November 2018 on Amazon Prime Video. Producer Brian Yuzna came across the manga Crying Freeman while negotiating with various Japanese companies for possible rights to manga that could be adapted to features. Brian Yuzna is the guy who directed Society, which is a pretty weird body horror movie from the 80s. He produced Reanimator. He produced From Beyond, which Stuart Gordon directed. So is he still as a producer? Yep, he is. He thought the series would lend itself well to an adaptation, not only because of the storyline, but because the series had a very cinematic quality and his drawing style that would lend itself well to adaptation. They contacted producer Samuel Hadida, who he had worked with on Necronomicon. Hadida was already a fan of the manga and helped to get the project in motion. They met with the president of Asla Pictures in Tokyo, who had also previously collaborated with the two on Necronomicon. Christophe Gans was hired as director on the basis of the strength of Gans' segment The Drowned from Necronomicon. It was independently financed. The production experienced delays in receiving the budget, with its promised budget of $15 million reduced to $9 million, which truncated the shooting schedule. Mark and his co-star Julie Condra met on the set of film and later married in 1998. And this is where they fell in love. I'm not sure if Julie Condra is really the best actress in the world. It's mean. Well, yeah, I know it's mean, but I'm being honest too. I just don't think she's the best actress in the world, that's all. She was knocked the hell out. We want the woman? Do your own women. I miss what damn Bally. You do your own women. How about that? Shit. Do your own damn women. I can't help it. Because I know Chetty Terrier's voice, it's so awkward. They watch this where everybody else has their own voice except Chetty Terrier. Just so damn awkward. Just, it's just so off, it takes me out of the movie. I can't help it. It's like they're trying to make his voice so deep. Hey, you're not in Japan here. Oh. Ow. You hit me. How dare you? Well, he's fucking. And she must be pretty easy. Like, this quickly got into bed with him and allowed this guy to fuck her. She must be really easy. Passed around like to be dropped like a bad habit. Passed around like people pass cigarettes around. And this is where they fell in love, folks. She saw this and went, yes, it's time to fuck. It's time to fuck. We are fucking. We are fucking. And we have fucked. It is time to fuck. Time to fuck. It is our time to fuck. We have fallen in love now. They interrupted our sex. They need to die. You cannot interrupt our sex or you will die. You will die a horrible death. I will kill you in my underwear. Hey, you know, just like Van Damme kicked ass in his underwear and Time Cop, doing splits, not get electrocuted. Same thing here. I'm going to jump down and smother you in my crotch. I mean, that's even then, you know, just on top of a door, a hell of a balancing act. Even at that high, I'd be like experiencing vertigo. Nice flip. There you go. Nice stab. Another shanking a fool. Ooh, right in the neck. Nice bit of makeup effects there. So you really want me to kill you in your underwear? You want the Freeman? Yeah, I want my reward. Ooh. Zoink. Nice. That is a good, like that right there. To do that bat flip so smooth and keep shooting and no cuts. Like he's in the pose, he does the bat flip, gets up, and such a smooth move. Little bits like that make scenes like this work. It's not an extravagant shot, but you just see how good this person is as a physical actor. It just works so well. Just so agile with that. Very agile. Again, pose, bat flip, ba, ba, ba. Like, very nicely done. Of course, they want him to kill her, no witnesses, but I mean, come on, you had sex. Can't kill her that easily. Granted, you only knew two things about her. One, she painted you, and two, she's easy in bed to get into bed with. Well, I guess if you find a lady that's as easy to get in bed, you want to keep her too. A few looks. Time to. Hey, you know, I can't blame him. She's a beautiful looking lady. Easy on the eyes and easy to get in the sack with, so what's the problem? I mean, granted, you say that there's really not much for development. It's just kind of just love at first sight to me, as Michael Biehn would say in Aliens. It's like love at first sight to me. Yep, he's not dead. Too late, sucker. Psych. Freaking knife in his back. He's doing pretty good. Bulletproof vest. Ah, smart. Very smart. Hey, smart. Bulletproof vest to save the day. Smart guy. Why didn't your men have bulletproof vests? Damn, bite his lip. The hell? kind of weird relationship this is. I guess the knife was in his back, but of course we see Byron Man as his handler and as the closest friend the Freeman has ever had. Yeah, I never read the comic book, so I don't know if this is like the comic book, if it's not like the comic book, how close it is, how not close it is. I don't know for certain. Yeah, I don't know about Julie Condra's narration. I don't know if you really needed it. Like I said, I don't think you needed the narration, and I don't think she's, like I said, I don't think she's that great of an actress. She's a good-looking lady, but I definitely think she's one of the weaker parts of this movie. Same with Chetty Terrio's dubbing. Again, so stupid. I swear the person dubbing him sounds familiar too. It's like not quite Ron Perlman that dubbed Chetty Terrio. I didn't say Ron Perlman, I said someone that's not quite like Ron Perlman. You have a Ray Don Chonian. Sorry I don't have much to say, I'm just kind of watching here for a bit. Yeah, did they switch places where that's actually Julie Condra's character? Yeah, I think so, because we never see her face. Yep, there you go. From what I remember, doesn't Ray Don Chon's character get killed in this? I trip it wrong, but I swear I remember she does get killed in this. Maybe here. That's a good car flip. That's a beautiful car flip. Very nicely handled. Nicely done. Good POV, too, of showing the car. But yeah, I think she dies here. Which is a bit surprising, because like, she's a recognizable name and face. she didn't really have a whole lot to do. And there you go. It's not like Chetty turned on her or tried to kill her. Yes, he did try to help, and then this blast happened, so. Even though he's a crooked cop, he, didn't want his partner dead. Again, the typical thing would have been like, okay, he leaves her behind, and he could have saved her, but then didn't, and chose it to signify his villainy, but they didn't do that. So his character's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, like I said, it's very weird that you got Ray Don Chan. Like I said, recognizable face. Definitely recognizable name. And then, again, if you think about what she actually did in the film, not much. I mean, she didn't really do anything. She kind of hung around, chased a little bit at Mark Dacascos, and then ran by that lady. Few dialogue scenes, and then die. No action scenes, no fighting scenes, nothing. So, yeah. But yeah, like I say, it does create a surprise for the viewer, at least with that notion. So, just that's really her purpose. Your purpose here is to mislead the audience and die. There you go. So now we're in Shanghai, China. Never been out of the U.S. Ooh, there you go. Light the place up. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's overused to say John Woo inspired, but John Woo really changed the game in terms of, especially Hong Kong action or action films in general, when he released films like The Killer and Hard Boiled and such. Because Hard Boiled was 1992. But yeah, Better Tomorrow 1 and 2, The Killer, Bullet in the Head, which is a great one. I mentioned Hard Boiled. The heroic bloodshed, the slow-mo, being a bit over the top in gun violence. A lot of people were inspired by that and added their own touches to it. This poor guy just wanted to deal with some fish. Don't you to be some bitch? Don't let your goatee. Time to die. I didn't kill him, just messed up his ear. I mean, it did say, give me. Because you never know when you say want to send a message. It's either this message or this message. This time, this message. And of course, in case you didn't realize, you see the marking on the back, so that's the guy that got the knife in the back who had the bulletproof vest at front. Obviously, you see he's still alive. Hokkaido, Japan. There you go. We're in Shanghai, now we're in Japan. Or where the hell they shot. Probably still in Canada. I see, this is a bit of the film that kind of slows down a bit and kind of wants to make you push the fast forward button. Not that as bad as horrible, but it's just like, okay, Does I wouldn't say the story is the strongest part of this movie. It's the style, the action pieces, and having someone like Mark as the star helps as well. See, he wasn't lying. He knew his pottery. Where's Unchained Melody playing? Did Demi Moore there? Hmm. I think this is around this is the area where a lot of the finale will take place in. Yeah, I'm on those steps. Yeah, the finale will be here. But of course, we're not there yet. We're still have 50 minutes left of the movie. Like I said, you definitely see some talent in terms of the director. Even shots like this with the way the scene is lit. Light casting down on this person kneeling. You're not a Chinese hopping vampire, are you? Saw enough of them in Robo Vampire. Just some old ass bitch. Speak English, I can't understand you. Did you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Don't nobody understand words coming out of your mouth. You told me a Bendale? I hope you're not trying to seduce me because you're failing. Yeah, you laugh. I recognize that laugh. An old bitch. And was all the trats in that? Now, of course, idea this is supposed to be selling us the love story aspect. But I mean, they're already in love and they already had sex, so now let's get to know each other, I guess. Usually that would be reversed, but here, not in this movie. We get to know each other, we get to understand each other, then we have sex and we're in love. No, we're in love, we have sex, and then we get to know each other. There's a cover, an undercover. Okay, we do a bit of flashback. So he did enjoy his pottery. It's 15 minutes of fame here. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can tell these guys are bad guys. Like, of all the places, why wouldn't you want to hit an art gallery, an exhibition like this? Damn, would they have the blood still there? Why would they have the blood still there, but like they put the tape around the guy? You notice that like they had the tape around the guy, but everything else was cleaned up, but you had this whole spray of blood. But yeah, they put the tape through the blood. Yeah, I don't know why the blood was still there. This is like after hours, they just keep the blood there. We need to keep the blood there. It's good for the floor. It's better than floor polish. Roll of film. Okay, so we got a roll of film. Two killers torturing someone. Had a tattoo on him. Tattoo of the Freeman. Alright. So the question is, how the hell do they know he had it? Big mistake. Stupid witch. Damn witch. Every day you wake up butt naked with a statue ready to hump you. Either hump you, you died. That's why you got the blades up above. Either you do the humping or I do the killing. Which is it? You hump or I kill. See, that's what it looks like. Statue's like, you better hump me good or I'm gonna kill you fast. Damn. Afraid some old witch is gonna touch you. I'm like, give me death. Weird ass witch. Nice, neat that they do with the pupils. Make the pupils look almost just black. That's a hell of a dream. Statue eyes open up and there you go. You got the tattoos. It was Superman. Oh, now he's like a killer, almost not quite Manchurian Candidate, but kind of lead into that realm. Yep, now he's like, well, now it is like Manchurian Candidate. You must kill him with the knife. Well, if you don't put this much time and effort anyway, you better make sure they can do the job, because if he gets the knife and immediately dies, man, you did all that for nothing. Brainwashing, tattooing, be a hell of a waste of time. I'm going to wherever you got that ponytail from. Yeah, nice ponytail. There's the flowers. Hell of a way to hide the knife, yeah. Right in the flowers. Way to do it. That's a good throw. And credit to these stunt people to do through all this, real people on fire, man. For extended period of time. Marches at the teeth, stabbing a guy while he's on fire. There's his tears because he doesn't want to do it, but he's kind of starts in this program to do it. Imagine all these people just being so bored. It's like, we're going to watch a butt-ass naked guy get a tattoo for however the hell long. Because that's a massive tattoo, so it's going to take a long-ass time to do it. She's like, if you don't stop moving, there's no between some cheats. Do you want your cheeks tattooed and your taint tattooed to your hole? Or you want to stay still? The tears are your honor, dragon. It's funny how you keep mentioning honor, but you want to just murder people. Yeah. Sure you know the difference? If it's so damn honorable, why don't you do it yourself, one-on-one? There's your honor. But you can't do the shit yourself. Where's the honor in that? So it's like a brainwashing thing, but a tattooing thing. And you're the crying Freeman, and the tears are your honor. And when we need, this old woman witch will call you, turn you on. Not that way of turning on. Yeah. Weird witch. I don't know, it's a pretty good looking tattoo. I'd be like, oh, cool. The mind part I would have a problem with. I'm like, I'm fine with the image, just not with the brain being messed with. But the tattoo looks pretty cool. And so this is first being with Byron Mann. There you go. Yeah, sustain this. My foot in your ass. There's your sustaining. If you say so. The way he's getting excited, you admit, I'll make you come too. You want to train him or you want to fuck him? You're the Freeman. Cool. He's the Freeman. Yeah, you were told to kill her, you didn't. Just to show you what a hot piece of ass can do. Complete wonders. There you go. Hot piece of ass will do wonders for everybody. I do like the location they shot. I love the trees, the way how trees, just the way the trees are populated. It's a cool looking area. It's a good place for the finale, which is my favorite part of the movie. Definitely my favorite part is that finale. You got swordplay, you got fighting, you get to see a bit more of Mark, his martial arts ability. Dane War erupts in China. Well, I guess to remind the viewer, remember when this happened earlier in the movie? Well, that's what this is about. We'll look up what films came out in 1995 when this came out. See, that's the thing with commentaries. I'm perfectly fine with doing them. Sometimes I will admit it's hard for me to know what to say for the entire running time. Because I know there's like reviewers and people that would like go so in depth in the psychological or creative aspects of movies and do dissertations for like an hour long. I think certain movies are just a lot of movies, more so than people think. I mean, for the most part, no, well, they're entertainment. And do they work as a piece of entertainment? As weird as the backstory of this kind of is with the Freeman, but I mean, at the same time, it's a little bit unique. The love story, I wouldn't say is the strong impact. Because then there's a party wondering why they in love. It just love at first sight. Just buy into it. I'm sorry about that. I blanked out what the hell I was doing in a second. I know, is that the most assigned commentary? Like most of my commentaries. But of course, you have people that do commentaries on streams. And of course, when they do it on streams, I'm not talking about my friends either. I'm not talking about, the guys at Dead Pit do a great job. Fabio, the Italian Style 51, he does a great job as well. Fabio and the guys at Dead Pit do a much better job than I do in commentaries. But there's other people I like randomly see, and they'll do like a commentary stream, and then they don't talk about the movie at all. They just talk to the stream about randomness, what's going on that day in the news, all that stuff. So, which is funny because the other day, this guy was complaining on my commentary on Replicant. It's 20 minutes in, he's not talking about the movie. I mean, I'm talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme, who stars in it, and his history in films and where he was during this time period of when the movie was made. I'll talk about the main star, so yes, that is talk about the movie. Ben was nice about who requested that and this. Ben was nice about the other guy. I don't know what the hell his problem was. Maybe you watch this, that guy, where the hell his name is, and be like, fine, don't watch me then. Ben is very cool, but that one guy, whatever, dude. I am talking about the film. You do a damn commentary. See how the hell you do. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, 1995. The top 10 biggest films of that year was Toy Story, Batman Forever, Apollo 13, Pocahontas, Goldeneye, Jumanji, Casper, Seven, Die with a Vengeance, and Crimson Tide. Even that list shows just how much better movies were back then. Apollo 13, that's a good dramatic effort based on a true story. Goldeneye, my favorite James Bond movie. Jumanji, very fun family film. Casper, still another fun family film. Seven, gritty, well directed, hard hitting ending. Die with a Vengeance, awesome action film. Crimson Tide, solid thriller. Rest in peace, Tony Scott. I mean, holy cow, man, that's a hell of a damn. What other 95 films? You had Species, Under Siege 2, Clueless, The Net with Sandra Bullock, Waterworld, Babe, Virtuosity, Mortal Kombat, Desperado, The Prophecy. Let's see. What was it before that? What was before that? I was curious. Judge Dredd. Apollo 13 I mentioned. Let's see. Batman Forever. Batman Forever is definitely a huge film that year. What I mentioned. Congo, I think, is underrated. Never understood the hate for Congo. Tales from the Hood, one of the better anthologies. Braveheart, which won quite a few Oscars. Braveheart, not a bad movie at all. I don't rewatch it much, but it's not a bad movie at all. Friday, love that. Great comedy. Kiss of Death, reviewed that recently. That's a pretty decent one. Basketball Diaries. Yeah, a lot of good films in 1995. Bad Boys, despite how Will Smith is, that's a classic. Because, I mean, that much here is just sort of the politics within the bad guy circle that really isn't that interesting to me. That's one thing I'll say about the film. The bad guys, I don't think are that intriguing. I mean, you either like Teriyama Yuki Tagawa in Mortal Kombat. You think of Lance Henriksen in Hard Target, John Lithgow in Cliffhanger, Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, I just think of action films in the 90s. Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones in Under Siege. Jeremy Irons in Die with a Vengeance. They definitely stand out more as villains. Even the guy in Drive, the redneck guys, I forget the actor's name, but he had a good, like, fun personality to him. Fun redneck person. And even his sidekick, which is who was Conan's sidekick in Conan the Destroyer. That actor. I forgot his name. But he was also the cook in City Slicker. I mean, he was the sidekick to the bad guy in that movie, Drive. Yeah, doesn't like Chetty Terrio kind of fall for this lady? Which just seems to come out of the blue. It's like, okay. I mean, I guess you say this is where they develop it here. It's just weird to develop it like an hour and 16 minutes into the movie. We got 25 minutes left. And that's with credits, so take 5 minutes off, that's 20 minutes left of the movie. So, where do I introduce? Where do I have this romance? Is this Ron Perlman? Maybe this is Ron Perlman voicing Chetty Terrio's character. This sounds like Ron Perlman from, of course, the original Hellboy and stuff. I swear to God, it sounds like Ron Perlman. What? Well, I guess. Blackmail. Well, I mean, I guess that's the way to do it. I forgot about the whole thing. That was blackmail, and then he's just like, okay, fine, you don't blackmail me, I better take my prize. So, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that part. I'm so sorry, I want to check real quick. It's still playing, I'm just... Is this Ron Perlman? So, okay, Julie Condra's voice was dubbed by Deborah Tara Unger. No, okay, so maybe that's why her acting isn't, because her voice is dubbed. Yes, this Chetty Tara's voice was dubbed by Ron Perlman. Huh. Well, okay. That's funny. I said he was like not quite Ron Perlman, and I'm like, wait a minute. So it was Ron Perlman. Damn. That's what it says on the trivia with IMDb. That it is Ron Perlman. Damn. I said not quite because, Ron Perlman is made to sound a certain... like the voice is made to sound a certain way. I guess, I mean, I think Ron Perlman is a big time actor, but at this point he wasn't. I mean, you think about this point, what, he was like one of the cops in Seawalkers. And in '97, Alien Resurrection. Well, I mean, she's not a bad looking lady either, I'll say that. So I don't blame Chetty Terrio for that, I guess. That still blows my mind. That is Ron Perlman. That's crazy. I'm sure people in the comments will be like, hey, it is Ron Perlman. I'm like, yeah, I found that out now. But thank you for letting me know. So Deborah Tara Under, she was in The Game with Michael Douglas, which I enjoy that film. And what else has Deborah Tara Under been in? Highlander 3, The Final Dimension. Silent Hill, that's right. Dahlia Gillespie. Return with Christophe Gans again. So yeah, I guess Julie Condra, I guess it's hard to give matter of performance because she's dubbed. So it's kind of hard to judge it. So they dubbed her, and then they dubbed... Probably because he was not supposed to play a French detective, so his accent would have been too heavy. You ever heard of French Canadian? He could have been a French cop. What would be wrong with that? I mean, again, you ever heard the phrase French Canadian? The hell? Oh, here we go. The hell was she hiding that gun? You know, instead of a knife, maybe you should have had a gun. Just shot him instead of trying to stab him. Ooh, right in the glass. Damn, everybody flying back. Ooh. Yeah, you see in that quit shot that there's a quit shot where you saw a bit of wetness on the guy's face. That's obviously for the stuff they put on when your stomach has fire. This is gel. It is hopefully to protect their skin, so it doesn't leave too harsh burn marks. Because if a flame's blasting, then you don't want it to burn your face and stuff. Damn, why don't you just shoot him in the head? Jason Scott Lee was originally wanted for the role, but he had a 3-picture obligation for Universal Pictures to not commit to the project. Well, I mean, I think Jason Scott Lee could have pulled it well, but I'm glad Mark Dacascos just got it. And yeah, 3-picture deal because of dragging the Bruce Lee story. What were the other 2 movies? Was one of them Rapa Nui or something? Uh-oh. Ooh, nice explosion. There you go. Yeah, if he had a 3-picture deal with Universal, Wonder what it was. Because here's the thing, it says that, but then he did Rapa Nui, which was Warner Brothers, and then did the Jungle Book, which was Disney. I can't even see how the movies he did with Universal, so. Or is it one of those things where they got him in a 3-picture deal, but then maybe they're like, oh, Dragon the Bruce Lee story didn't make as much money as we wanted, but it did make some money. Sorry, I'm just investigating this. Maybe it didn't make as much money as they thought it would. I don't know. So, Dan, I can't complain about Julie Condra's acting since it's not her acting, since it's not even her damn voice. So, it'd be unfair of me, like, oh, she sucks. Well, it's not. I can't see her actual fucking performance, so I don't know. You cooperate with us, we just let you live. Like I said, I don't think the story is really the strongest aspect of this movie. It's the style, the action pieces. Like the way Mark was going around shooting without looking, like he was RoboCop. And like I said, this whole finale here, we got gunplay, you got swordplay. I like the location they used with this. Even got a little bow and arrow. Ooh, there you go. I like the guy just staring around. You got a bow and arrow in you? What happened? Like he sees, like this guy there in the back. He's like, wow, 4 of my guys just got killed with bow and arrow. Should I pull my gun out? Just think about how long it takes to do this. And the last guy's just, arrow to the neck? That's weird. That's weird too. Oh wow, you died too. He just standing with the. Maybe his thumb was stuck up his ass, so he turned to pull it out to pull the gun. I don't know. Both thumbs were stuck. Both thumbs were stuck up his poop chute, so he turned to pull them out to pull the gun out. I don't know. Now it's time for the battle. Damn. Thank God that was on saran wrap. Well, I guess, just in case. Get ready for war. Charges. Makes you wonder how all this stuff got built. Like, who built all this stuff? Did he just get contractors to come out and be like, okay, build me this bomb? Or did Byron Mann get this set up? I don't know. But you think he wouldn't want Byron Mann to know because it'd be a secret. They got grenade launchers. This will tell you, you got machine gun, you got grenade launchers. Good job on the stuntman flying around like that. There you go. Spray and pray. You don't even reload. You don't even put the grenades in. You don't even see it. Don't you have to put the grenade in and do it? It's not like they carry a. Or is that the case with a grenade launcher? Don't you have to put the grenade one at a time, or do they carry? Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe Maybe they do carry a couple grenades in there, to be fair. I'm thinking, I keep thinking like shotgun. Maybe it's not like shotgun. Never fired grenade launchers, so. I keep thinking like the single shot grenade launcher where you open up, you put it in, release it. These might be pretty different on that front. So, wonder how many grenades they have in a real one. Hey, yeah, machine gun, yeah, grenade fun. Cricket Cup. Again, the cop didn't notice her walking. He's got the gun here. It's like, I don't know this girl. Yeah, there's nothing to. Oh, shit. How the hell do you not notice that? So much for the blackmail. You should have had a bulletproof vest. Where's your bulletproof vest? Now remember, he's shot in the stomach. He does some pretty good jumps for a bullet in the stomach. Yeah, that is pretty much in his stomach. He does some crazy jumps. And nobody else brought a gun. I think that if just one of them brought a gun, machine gun. I think Mark Dacascos and the director choreographed this fight. Which is, this is definitely a cool sequence, though. Look at that beautiful kick, cartwheel kick. Beautiful. Great use of slow-mo, unlike Zack Snyder. Fantastic bat flip. How cool is that? Stab and sheath your sword, stab you with my sword. Another beautiful flip. That's the thing with this guy. Like, you could do this stuff and get a lot more mileage. And that's why I think that he was better than Jason Scott Lee for the part. I like Jason Scott Lee, but I think, Mark has more of the agility, it seems. I don't know if Jason Scott Lee could pull this kind of stuff off. I mean, that's unfair to say, but as much as I like Jason Scott Lee, I do think Mark Dacascos is a bit more agile of a martial artist. Especially a scene like this. Ooh, nice. Backstabber, there you go. Don't run up on people. Shouldn't be running up on people. If I was these two guys, I'd be like, you know what, I'm done. Look at that beautiful, like, twirl jump thing. Beautiful. Such a great jump. Like, how the hell you do that to me? See, that's what I mean. Like, you see what he could do in this film. You see what he could do in Drive. Sorry, I'm listening to the dialogue. Ooh. Well, I mean, I just frame it's like she wasn't going to do it anyway, so now you're going to die. Didn't you say if you pull a knife off, you die? Yeah, but I thought you said if you pull the knife off, she dies. Isn't what he said if you pull the knife out, you die? He pulled the knife out, but I guess now it's. Okay. Guess she won't die. What the hell? I thought you. Did I mishear that? You pull the knife out, you die? Apparently not. Fuck if I know. Yeah, and then she don't kill him because it shows that she delivers on her honor. But, yeah, I was saying with his agility and what he can do, this guy deserved bigger movies, man. He really did. It's just a shame. I would argue Double Dragon killed his career. I really would. Maybe the only the strong people would say it, but Double Dragon was a a notable name that was put in that realm with Super Mario Brothers and those other films not doing well, and video game movies not looked down upon with eye rolls and cringe. So that didn't help. And it's a pretty goofy, campy movie. I mean, it's not like Scott Wolf got much of a film career either. But here, I mean, Mark got more work. Just yeah. But again, maybe it's also the wrong time too, because we get into '95. I read you the top 10. The one action film was like, okay, Batman Forever and Die with a Vengeance. And you get more in the realm of the superhero spectacle. Not superhero, but, well, Batman Forever super, but the spectacle movies. Independence Day, Twister. That type of stuff. Soon after The Matrix and Lord of the Rings and that stuff. So, but yeah, overall, I still like the film. I enjoy the film. Again, sorry for the quiet spots. It was just me listening to the dialogue. Like I said, Mark Dacascos definitely deserved to be a bigger star. Would have been great to witness that, but it is what it is. But this would definitely be in my top three favorite Mark films. Drive would be number one easily. Let's see. Well, I mean, it'd be in my top five. But it'll be in my top five. Just Drive is number one. I know. I don't mind Only the Strong. I like this one. I probably say I like this more than Only the Strong. Let's see. That's three. I like DNA. I liked I'm Omega. This is probably. Yeah, I'd probably say it's my second favorite Mark Dacascos film. Well, that he stars in. In general, John Wick 3. But as a star, definitely up there. But it didn't get released in the US, so no one knew about it unless you were able to find it on a VHS tape or you knew about overseas stuff, things of that nature. And it's a shame. I mean, there's a lot worse movies that got released in theaters, let alone in the US in general. But yeah, it's a shame that he just went straight to video and films that didn't just didn't have the budget, and then he didn't really get the directors he deserved. I said Tibor Tatis. I like the gate, but I think in retrospect that's more of the effects guys that really made that film work, and what the writer came up with, not so much the director. The director, did something, but I don't know. I didn't we just look at his filmography. But yeah, overall, Tryon Freeman. Positives would be Mark as the lead. He's definitely a bit plus for the film. The action. There's some dips in there's not as much action in the middle section, but there's still a decent amount of good gun work, shooting sections. Great finale. You got grenade launcher fun. You got swordplay. Music fit the film fairly well. Like I said, I would say the two complaints I would give this, watch it again, the dubbing. I don't know why Julie Condra as well as Tchéky need to be dubbed. There's nothing wrong with Tchéky being a French cop. I mean, it's Canada. It takes place in Canada. Yeah, apparently Roger Avery, I read. Oh, Ron Perlman. There we go. Ron Perlman and Deborah Terrender. That's why they were thanked. And then Roger Avery apparently did script rewrites, but he wasn't credited, just thanked. But yeah, those two didn't need to be dubbed. It was stupid. And it affects their performance, and it's not their fault. It's just something's not right. Julie Condor, because I don't remember in other stuff, so I didn't have that connection like Tchéky Terry, where I've seen him in a variety of other movies. Kiss of the Dragon I mentioned, and Bad Boys, and The Core. But yeah, Ron Perlman. If that's the case, you just got Ron Perlman. That's the funny thing. Like, Ron Perlman's a good actor. You should have just gotten fucking Ron Perlman. That's funny. Like, Ron Perlman, an actor that, Hellboy, and in retrospect, you've just gotten Ron Perlman. In the audition process, he's French in the audition process. So what do you expect? Let's see, he's speaking French here, and he did this audition. Harm. Actually, you know what? Never mind. We're in the middle of shooting. Yeah, let's dub him. What? Makes me wonder when Tchéky Terry found out. Did he find out after the fact? Just imagine you tell someone in the middle, yeah, we're going to dub you, but keep acting. It's like, fuck, I guess it doesn't matter how I talk because I'm going to be dubbed anyway. But yeah. I don't think I wish they weren't dubbed. And I don't think the story is the strongest. Like, whatever happened to that witch? It seemed like that witch figure would come back in the play. That witch, unless I missed something. Didn't that witch see the one bad guy? Yeah, that beam of light. And you kind of wonder, like, what the hell happened to the witch then? I didn't even thinking that it's going to be... And I want to double check real quick. Yeah, you had this beam of light. As if there's something going to be much more to this, and you never see the witch again. So you think, okay, the witch is going to be there, or the Freeman's going to find the witch and kill it. That way truly end the line of the Freeman. But no, like, the witch never comes back to the story. There's no comeuppance on that character. Actually, one other thing. Let me hear this line again, where he stabbed her, and I swear it says if you take it out, you die. Let me see what it says here. So it says here, If you remove the knife, you will bleed to death, but then he removes the knife and she doesn't bleed to death. So how the hell does that make sense? What the hell am I missing with that? I don't know why that confused the hell out of me. Hey, Ben, did you explain that to me? If you remove the knife, you will bleed to death. So he removes the knife, and she doesn't bleed to death. Because she's got to report back to her superiors that the Freeman is dead. How the hell is that? See, that's what I mean by the story. Like, sometimes, like, what? But, I mean, that's just me. But overall, I still like it. Good action scenes. Very nice direction of style because of the director. A fitting musical score. And I said, Mark Dacascos and the style, the action made it worthwhile watch. So thanks, Ben, once again, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.